It all keeps heading up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Yeah. Grasping to control, so I better hold on. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just... Jumbo check. It wasn't easy.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Oakes, and that's the kicker Tyler Luke, set to get this started. Off we go here in Baltimore.
I should probably stop your head, boy, because I got other heads, boy. All that drink you got to chip. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm on the legal business quick.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 13 yards to start that drive, and a quick first down.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Barkley. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Malachi starts there for the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. the bootleg. It's Hurts. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On third down, they'll go with Saquon. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
So often, Mike, you can tell a team's decision on fourth down by what they call on third down. So I think after that third down run, it was pretty clear that, hey, even if we don't get it here, we're comfortable going for it again on fourth down, but didn't turn out to be the case because he's able to get it there on third.
180.
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts to the air on first down. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. It's second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. They'll run. It's Barkley. And he is upended. Boy, awkward-looking tackle. They take him down behind the line on that one.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They put Pickens in motion. On third down, here's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Jackson now to throw on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second down, they need 3.
13.
We've seen his big play potential as a receiver, so I don't think it's a surprise to see them work in a little bit of a changeup and give him the ball on the ground. Held to a small gain here, but they don't mind. He still had enough to pick up the first down.
Here's first and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Now he'll run. And it'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the gun, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They get 19 on that pass play. First down, Baltimore. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a kick to Henry. And he'll get about 5. Brings up second and 4. Here comes second and 4. Jackson. This throw is taken in by Fowler. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be in for a big day.
And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? We'll be back in Baltimore after this. So push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal. Throwing Jackson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Third and goal for Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Nolan Smith. He gets into drop-up, and it's going to set up fourth and goal.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. They try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. DeMarcus Lawrence, there on the stop. ready now. Here's second down and 7.
Great, set.
That one thrown quickly. Watson on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It's third and 4.
Great.
To throw is Hurts. Short, complete to Likely. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this. Then on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going. Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. And in motion is Brown. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Open right side is Likely. And he's in! Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That his second TD catch of the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. DeJounte Wester now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 42-yard line.
On first and 10, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Now Jackson. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
It is third and long. Jackson looking to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And now it's fourth down. Ravens sending the punt team out there. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down.
22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They put Pickens in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got a man. That's Watson. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for an Eagles first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Write down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
So the Eagles will use their first time out here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
Great job there by the defense just stringing that play out. He just kept waiting for something to open up, but it never really did, and he had no choice but to be forced out of bounds, and he'll take a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. In motion goes Likely. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. Pass caught left side by Likely. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. The Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Third down and 9. In motion goes Likely. 3rd down. Here's Hurts out of the gun. Coming up, and that's the tight end Likely. And out of bounds, but in business. They're going to have it 1st and goal inside the 5. A huge play just before the half. 45 yards.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal.
Set.
Saquon. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
Set. 180.
And hauled in at the 2. And he's in. George Pickens. his second touchdown of the year.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Ravens 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Jackson now from the 50. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jahad Campbell. And he will be out of bounds. No time left on the clock. And that is the final action here in this first half.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Now an opening has the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. To throw is Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
First shot, Bateman. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 6. Now, Jackson. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard
First and 10.
line.
Back to throw, Jackson. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jordan Davis in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On third down, Jackson. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. A Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
His kick is good! From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
This taken in at the goal line. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line.
First down, 10 at their own 13-yard line.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now a give to Barkley, running right. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off the play fake, Hurts. That one on target to Watson. And he's taken down up past the 35. A pickup there of 25 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Running from the pistol with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. And even 30 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Don't touch. Don't touch.
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. And that bursting ball is down inside the 10-yard line.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver. They get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and
Barkley. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd
big play coming up. 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jackson now to throw on the 1st down. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down. To the air one more time with Jackson. Samuel there to make the catch. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. 3rd and 2. Here we go. Jackson up top again. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. Ronnie Stanley, the former 6th overall pick, guilty there. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Again, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A big play there on 4th down. Good for an even 20.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Looking middle, and he's got Myers.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you work. When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off the call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's brought in by Myers. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
It is 2nd and a yard.
18-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. This is caught at 2. And he will score. Game on. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down?
And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
From the 6, here comes a return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Their own 31-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Barkley. Up the sideline, past midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll get 19 out of that play. Good for an Eagles first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And will take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Second down, they need 7. On the ground, this is Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. In motion goes Likely. Here's a handoff to Barkley. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. It's going to be their second. Just 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
It's one down.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Try to get him to jump. Did not work. Good job by the defense to stay disciplined. It's a delay again. The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1 yard line. Here is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a
Second down. Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments in the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
This one complete to Bateman. And they'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Ravens now going to use their final timeout. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. Throwing Jackson. Pass pulled in by Henry. And he's thrown down, but they are out of timeouts.
Brings up second and 2.
So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. They come away with a hard-fought victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This is